Oh, hell yeah, brother. Welcome to the podcast. Stop Crying Poser, greatest podcast known to man as voted by Don Rickles, Jim Varney, Sean Wallace, Annie Potts, and John Morris. Who are those guys? You'll find out one day. Let's shout out everyone who's here in the chat. FaZe, Theo, OG Mickey, iBook Boy, Dakota, Suton, Guy Jizz, Sunbro, CJ, Jody. What kind of name is that? Keith Plays. Okay, Jody. You guys remember that movie, Baby Boy? Oh, it's a classic. It's classically terrible in many ways, but it's also really funny. Definitely go check out Hood Movie, Baby Boy. Extra big shout out today for Geiges, another huge donation of 90 buckaroonies. It's always super appreciated, and it kind of blows my mind that people have been so generous this past few weeks. But also today, Sunbro did a resubscribe and also just threw $15 at my face, and I'll take it. Basically, I'm just an internet beggar, but I'm trying to be a performer. I'm trying to keep you guys entertained. Usually on this day, especially past couple podcasts, I've been showing up on Friday, which is when we do the podcast, every single Friday, right here on twitch.tv/Ninja Lifestyle, right around 3:30 p.m. Pacific time. I've been showing up hungover. And I said to myself, you know what? Today, I'm not going to let that happen. But I went to the bar anyways, and I used my self-control. It came out of the blue. I know. I said to myself, you know what? I'm going home at fucking 1 in the morning no matter what. So 2 o'clock rolled around, and I'm like, I'm going home any second now. And then 3 o'clock rolled around, and I said, you know what? God damn it, now I'm really leaving. And I did. I really did leave at 3. Came home, got plenty of sleep, man, but it was a very awkward situation at the bar last night because I showed up and the chick bartender was just hammered, just shit-faced drunk, and you would think in Las Vegas that would be like a super common thing, but it's actually not. A lot of bars are very strict about letting their bartenders do things like take a shot with a customer. You know, some places are very strict, some places don't care at all, but as far as being professional, you know, you have a lot of money that you're sort of in control of. You can't just be at work shit-faced. So bartender was super drunk, and when the bartender was drunk, everybody else at the bar became drunk because she started giving out shots to everybody. And I'm like, I'm not drinking alcohol today. Strictly beer for me. So I asked for a Michelob Ultra. I got a fucking Miller Lite. Hey, that's fine. I get it. Maybe you can't see what beer you're picking up. That's okay with me. No complaints out of me, but I'm looking around, the whole bar is just super drunk, man. And everyone's drunk. And this one person actually came over to my machine. He's like, you should play poker. And I'm like, nah, I'm playing Keno. And they reached over and started setting my machine to play poker. And I'm like, dude, get the fuck away from my machine. It's my money. This is my money. Like, put some of my money in and let's play poker and we'll split it. And I'm like, no, it's my money. My money, my machine. Fuck it. You know what? You want to play this machine that bad? I'll just cash out. You can play the game. Trying to de-escalate the situation. That's the first thing that happens. Just dealing with drunk people, man. This is funny because this is on the heels of me saying last week that maybe my next job will be a bartender. So I think I'm already doing a pretty good job of staying chill around drunk people. I think I've always been good at that, though. So anyways, the night goes on and somebody sits down next to me. I'm already like down $40. I've lost some money. This guy puts in like fucking $5, and I'm not saying he only put in $5, okay? He probably played more money on a different machine, but he sits down on this one machine, hits like $80, and I'm like, oh damn, fucking nice shit, dude, $80. He hits it again, 800, and now I'm thinking, fuck, I'm fucking mad. And this guy's fucking shit-faced. This drunk guy is over here just winning $800. People are pushing me out of my fucking games. Everybody's drunk. I'm not getting the beers that I'm ordering. And I'm just looking around in my weird sober world and just looking at these other galaxies of people that have a completely different reality than me. And at one point, these guys came over, this guy and his girlfriend, and they're like, we're talking about tattoos because the one guy had some really nice tattoos. And then we get to talking about skating, and I'm like, yeah, I used to skate. I was kind of like a pro skater, and now I'm kind of over it. I'm looking for other kind of career ideas. And this is something that's happened to me a lot of times in my life. It's hard for me to avoid this type of conversation without sounding like I have a giant ego. When people say, "Oh, you skate, man. I used to skate. Man, maybe I could help you with that skating thing. Maybe we could go out and, man, I'll do some crazy shit on film." And I think to myself, no, you won't. You're like a beginner. No one cares about me filming you do, quote, crazy shit. No one wants to see some guy who used to skate doing, quote, crazy shit. It's not that interesting. And then the chick was like, "Yeah, I skate too. Actually, I don't really skate. I cruise. It's different. I cruise. I'll just get on the longboard and I'll cruise. I used to cruise in San Diego, man." And she's like, "You know what? Anytime you want to skate, you should hit us up, both of us, and we'll all just go cruise and we'll have a great time." And I don't mean to be mean, but I'm kind of like, dude, I don't really skateboard to have a good time anymore. I skateboard just to get a video done, maybe to make somebody laugh, and maybe to challenge myself. That's it. There's no, like, skateboarding has rarely in my life been like a fun social activity, right? It's never been this thing where I go, man, wake up in the morning, there's nothing I would like to do more than hang out with a bunch of beginner skateboarders right now and not make any money, especially if they're complete strangers to me and we're doing no tricks at all, cruising with some people I have nothing in common with. That sounds like an excellent evening. Thank you for offering your services to me. I get this shit even on DMs sometimes. "Hey Ninja, I just moved back to Vegas and I'm thinking about getting back into skating. Let me know if we should make some videos together." Like, oh wow, yeah, that sounds great. I really just want you to drag me through the evening as I watch you struggle to relearn 50-50. That sounds like such an entertaining video. Sounds great, man. Sure. Why don't you come over to my house? Like, hey, I'm gonna reach out to this random stranger, let him know that I have nothing of value at all, and I also can't skate, and then offer us to skate together. Or this shit. "Hey Ninja, I live in Vegas too. Where are the skate spots?" Okay, dude, just go outside and open your eyes. That's all you have to do. Anytime you drive to work or take the bus to work or just generally do any type of chore or errand at all, going to the grocery store, just look to your left and look to your right, and maybe you'll find a place to skate. Because reaching out to me, and I know I sound like I have this big fucking ego, like, oh, I only skate with great skateboarders, and if it ain't about money, then motherfucker, it don't make sense. That sounds like an ego thing, but that kind of is how I think. Skating to me is not. I don't want to ever go and just roll around with somebody, and that to me that sounds like a waste of the day. That's more of a waste of the day than me playing video games or me watching sports. And guess what? Watching sports is like really a waste of time. I'm sitting in a chair doing nothing, watching some guys I don't know throw a puck around or hit a ball or something like that. That's kind of a waste of time. I think it's a bigger waste of time to roll in a bunch of circles and go laughing at each other. Whoa, I almost fell on that one. Ooh, let's skate over there now, guys. Okay, what do you think's over there? I don't know. Let's roll. That doesn't sound interesting to me fucking at all. And the reason the reason I bring it up today is because the person that was talking to me about it was saying it in a way, like maybe they didn't mean for it to be condescending, but they were saying it in a way of like, I need people to skate with. They're doing me a favor by offering their time so that they can relearn kickflip and I don't know what is my role in this? I think you guys just want somebody to skate with. I think that's what it is. And you phrased it in a way that I'm getting the favor somehow out of this. So I don't know if that's a problem that a lot of people deal with, but I know it's like a pet peeve to me. And that was just on the heels, on the tail end of all this other shit that's going on at the bar. And whatever, it was a good time last night. Gonna do the same tonight. It's my friend Nick's birthday, so we're gonna hopefully I don't know what we're gonna do. Probably gamble some money and maybe go to a nice place. I don't know. So Some people, when it's their birthday, they want to do something like out of the ordinary, right? You want to go to a new bar or a more hip bar with some nice specialty drinks, or maybe go like ride a roller coaster or a zip line or something. Las Vegas has tons of fun attractions like that. But also, I don't really know how to read this guy, because he also seems like the kind of guy who would be like, you know what, dude, it's my birthday. All I want to do is just like be somewhere comfortable. Let's go back to the same bar we always go to, just hang out, grab a few drinks, and just do what we always do, but it'll just be my birthday vibe. So I don't know what we're going to do. I don't know what direction we're going to go in. Although, when you get old, man, this may sound lame, but there's nothing wrong with like, hey, I just turned 30 years old. That's how old he is today. Let's go to the casino. Let's play bingo. Let's have one weird, like, foofy drink, like some special drink with an umbrella hanging out of it. And then let's go to the bar and fucking hang out. But also, like, there's bowling and shit, too. A lot of things we could do. And I'm wondering what path he's going to choose. iBook Boy's the comfort guy. Familiar is happy. I'm the same way. I think for my birthday, historically, we've always done, like, hey, everybody come to my house. I'll cook food because I like to cook. That makes me happy. I'll cook food. When the mini ramp was up and running, everybody can skate a little bit, and then at the end of the night, go somewhere to a bar that's comfortable. You know, that's like the typical ninja lifestyle birthday. So I'm wondering how it's gonna go today. I'm excited about it though. Anyways, I guess let's begin the podcast, since we've only been talking about what I did yesterday. Not very many news articles, only one news article. You know what we missed was trivia. People, would you like to be the proud new owner of a Ninja Lifestyle sticker pack sent directly to your house, American residents only? Would you like to be the winner and owner and proud bearer of stickers? Well, all you have to do is answer a trivia question correctly. I actually think that we may have done so. What are we on, like episode 170 or something like that? I think we've definitely repeated our trivia questions multiple times. And I think that happens for a variety of reasons. Number one, because I don't fucking remember anything ever. And number two, because when I just type in trivia, my mind only goes to like the same like four things, like cartoons, food, movies, and music. Like, I don't know what else people do trivia about. Maybe the Earth, maybe some weird Earth thing, like how many miles to the center of the Earth. I don't know. Today's trivia question is regarding the movie Toy Story. And the reason that's been on my mind is because two separate people on my Twitter, gamers, you know, I mostly follow Twitch streamers and video gamers, said they're going to play Toy Story for Super Nintendo. Now, I don't know if that means Toy Story is a bad game or a good game. Usually, when you announce you're going to play a Super Nintendo game, it's usually because it's like a poorly made game. No one ever goes like, hey, I'm going to play Link to the Past. Everyone's just going to be like, yeah, duh, you're going to play it because it's a great game. Of course you're going to play it. But then people are like, hey, I'm going to play Super Ghouls and Ghosts. And people go, oh, fuck. Good luck, dude. Anyways, Toy Story. Name the actors who voiced both Woody and Buzz Lightyear. First person to get both of those names and type it into the chat room, and it shows up on my screen, and I see it, and I verify that it's correct, you will be the winners of a Ninja Lifestyle sticker pack to infinity and beyond. I can't really do the voice. I probably could. Face Theo says Tom Hanks. That's crazy because, what, you think Tom played Woody and Hanks played Buzz? Because you gotta name both fucking people. How could I have made this more... What? How could I have made this more easy to understand? Jesus Christ. FaZe Theo says Tom Hanks and Tim Allen. All right, you are the winner, you piece of shit. Guy just says Tom Hanks and Tim Allen. Guy just, you get some stickers anyway, man. Just give me your information. Keith also says Tim Allen and Tom Hanks, but that bitch is on mobile phone, so he has some fat lag. Sorry. Big time loser. FaZe Theo, you are the winner, even though you didn't follow the instructions correctly. You are the winner. That's trivia. Glad that's over. Speaking of video games, I recently tried to play a game called Sim Ant. Yes, that's right. Sim ant. You are a simulated ant. It's by the same people I think that made like Sim City, where you make a simulated city, or The Sims, where you're just people. Just whatever the fuck The Sims is, you're just people walking around doing shit, I guess. How do you play that game? How do you get points and shit? How do you get like a new outfit? What is The Sims? Are you building your house and building your neighborhood? Or do you do chores? Why do you need a simulated life? Just make your life what you want it to be. Whatever. I played fucking Sim Ant, and I'm just an ant crawling around. I could not fucking figure out for the life of me how to play this game. I'm this ant, and there's red ants and black ants. I go over there, I fuck up the red ants, because I'm the black ant. I fuck up the red ant, kill the queen, and then I come back, and I'm like, okay, cool, now what? I won. I destroyed the other ants. And then the screen is like, your ant population is hungry. And I'm like, okay, I go and I get the food. I bring the food to the ants. I don't know how to feed them, but I bring the food to the ants. And then what happens? I don't know. I keep doing that, and I'm like, well, how do we get out of here? My chat room is like, oh, you need to make breeder ants. And once you have breeder ants, they're supposed to grow wings and fly you to the next level. And I'm like, okay, how do I do that? I get breeder ants. I'm trying to get breeder ants. Still, nothing's fucking happening. I have no fucking idea. Like, what are we doing? I got breeder ants up the fucking ass, and we never flew away. Next thing I know, my fucking ant colony dies from starvation. So, I'm never playing that piece of shit fucking game again, and it makes me wonder how games like that ever existed when you have no idea what to do. Plus, the game is so old now that I'm online looking for, like strategy guides. Nothing. There was a couple strategy guides for the MS-DOS version of the game. If you don't know what MS-DOS is, then you probably use words like yeet and cap right now, which is fine. Different strokes for different folks, but SimAnt fucking sucks balls. Next topic. Serious topic. Who keeps giving dogs to tweakers? This is a pandemic. This is a tragedy. I know we have other problems in the world, in America, and we have big problems in big cities, but I'm getting really fucking annoyed at how many completely homeless people I see out there that have equally homeless dogs that are just shivering and skinny and dirty as fuck. And I know, human beings, you want some companionship. You want a nice, happy dog. But you gotta feed dogs things they don't like. If you're homeless, you're probably giving your dog fucking garlic burgers every day and onions and shit. Your dog's probably like not being able to pay any vet bills. So just give the dog to somebody who can handle it. Man, we have some friends who have dogs. And I don't mean to say this in a mean way, but I feel like if multiple times throughout the year, like let's say 4 times a year, you're going online, making a GoFundMe to pay for your dog's vet bills, 1, either you're lying, or 2, you don't have enough money to care for the dog. That's what it comes down to. You don't have enough money to care for this animal, so why not give that animal to somebody who can care for it? When I got my dog, Koopa, off Craigslist for like $200, they only had one question. They said, you know what? I just want to make sure you have a backyard. Do you live in a house or an apartment? I said, a house. I'm like, I just want to see a picture of your backyard. And I said, I stay right here. I live a block away. I'll even send you pictures of the dog as he grows up. You know, I'm like, hell yeah. And I did. As Koopa was like, I don't know, maybe like 9 months old, I sent a picture and I said, Koopa's growing fine. He's doing great. And it was an old black lady. She sent some shit back. Like, oh, that's nice. I always picture her just being like in the movie, like, oh, that's nice. I'm happy you're taking care of him. But I don't think she actually sounded like that at all. But I thought that was a cool thing. Not because I'm like a super intense like animal lover or dog lover. I just think I'm a little bit, I just care enough. Okay? I'm not like vegan or anything like that. I don't actually give a fuck about other animals like in the world. But if I see a sad ass dog, I don't like it. I'm seeing something I don't fucking like. And I'm wondering who says to themselves, hey, you have a fucking chronic heroin problem. Here's a dog to also fuck up their life. Have fun. I'm wondering who's doing that. Is there just some weird like tooth fairy, some little tweak dog fairy out there just putting dogs under meth heads' pillows? Because it's really getting fucking annoying. I see it a lot downtown, and I get it. I don't want to make anyone super sad by taking their dog away, because you know what? Sometimes when people go homeless, it's not just because they made some bad decisions. Sometimes it's just bad luck. Bad things happen. People lose their houses. Miscommunications happen. People get evicted. Landlords, fuck people all the time. Things happen that are negative. And if you happen to have like extreme bad luck and you still have your dog with you, that's good. You need that dog for support, and you need to do everything you can to continue to make sure that dog is happy and healthy, right? I get it. But if I see that you clearly have a current overwhelming drug issue and your dog looks extremely sad and skinny and dirty, it makes me want to be like, CPS. I want to take the fucking dog away. But who knows? Maybe I'm fucking crazy, I know there's probably a lot of situations where just bad things happen to people and they bring their dogs with them and they get through it and then they build themselves back up and they've had their dog throughout the entire thing. And that sounds great, but I figured that's not often the situation. Speaking of dogs and money and being sick, the other day, dude, I don't know if you guys saw my fucking meltdown on Instagram, but I woke up, I let the dog outside, he goes to pee, he comes back, he jumps in the bed, we sleep for like an hour. I'm petting him I'll wake up out the sleep, check my phone, I'll pet the dog, whatever. I pet him and I feel all these lumps on him. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then I hear him scratching. He's just like scratching. Scratch, 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 scratch. I'm like, okay, one little scratch, who cares? Then I get scratch, 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 scratch. Fucking scratching and scratching and scratching and scratching. Then I hear his mouth going. He does these little mini bites. He's miniature biting his hand. Bite, 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 bite. Bite, 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 bite. Bite, bite, bite. Finally, I get up. I'm like, dude, what is going on with you? I turn on the light. This fucker has lumps all down his leg. Lump, 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 lump. Other leg, even more lumps. Lump, 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 lump. Big like boils. On his wrist, he had one giant lump. Like the size of like a button mushroom. A big lump. Bigger than like a quarter. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? I'm petting his head. He has them all down his head. I get a good look at him in the light because my house is kind of dim. I go to the back door. His fucking eyeball is swollen up. And he has lumps on his face. And the more I look at him, lumps on his cheeks, lumps on his ears. I'm like, holy fuck, something's really wrong with you. Call the vet. It's like 1 p.m. They say, yeah, we'll get him in here at 3 p.m. Get him in there. I force some, what do you call it? Not ibuprofen, Benadryl. Shove some Benadryl in his mouth. 2 hours goes by. He's a little bit better. Take him in there. They give him a shot. Turns out it was some type of allergic reaction. So one of two things most likely happened. Either he went in the backyard and ate something bad, like maybe a neighbor threw some food over the fence, or a kid might have thrown something bad. Either he ate something that he was very allergic to, or something bit him or stung him. Like maybe a big ass wasp or some hornet or something. Or spider. Maybe a black widow got him, or a recluse or something. So whatever it was that got him, man, fucking swelled up his whole shit. And I know that I have kind of like a bitch of a dog when it comes to health. Because if he walks in tall grass, he gets these little lumps on his hands. And they're just little lumps and they don't even bother him. For the first time I saw him, I was like, what the fuck is this? I thought he got attacked by ants. But he was fine. It's just, if grass rubs on him too long, he just breaks out in these little hives. That's okay. The hives that I saw this week, they were big fucking hives, and they were all over his body. I also have a little habanero bush that kind of was knocked over because it was very windy this week. Super windy. In fact, I got to get on my roof and fix my roof tiles because a lot of my roof tiles blew off. So if it starts to rain now, I'm going to be even more fucked. But I'm thinking possibly the wind blew over my pepper plant and maybe a pepper fell on the ground and maybe he ate a pepper. But when it comes to spicy, historically, he hates spicy shit. Man, when he was a baby, my girlfriend dropped him into a bowl of hot sauce. I shit you not. It was the worst luck ever. I just made hot wings. I deep fried them. I tossed them in extremely hot sauce, really hot sauce, and we had all ate them out this big bowl. And then the bowl was sitting there. And then he's like on the couch, and he's just a puppy. He doesn't really understand what's going on. So he has like bad balance. So Lily goes to like grab him and drops him, and he just flops off the couch into the bowl. Not that it was filled with hot sauce, but it had hot sauce trimmings all around it because I used the bowl to flip the wings. And I'm just like, holy shit, because it was very hot sauce. It was like Da Bomb. It was like Da Bomb and like a bunch of other like very, very spicy hot sauces. And I'm like, we got to get him in a fucking bathtub now. Ran in there, got him in the bathtub, washed him off. He was all good. Didn't bother him at all. But I've seen him lick hot shit before. Like if a drop of a hot wing lands on the ground. You know how dogs are. They run up, they lick it. That motherfucker learned real quick he didn't like hot shit. He said, he started sneezing. And then he ran over to his water bowl and just started pounding water. And I was like, he really thinks he's hot. And then he sprawled out on the cold kitchen floor and sprawled out. And he's like, I think he felt like the sun was shining on him really hard. It's funny that spicy also means like hot, but also I think he actually interpreted it as if it was like suddenly became a really hot day. But he learned he didn't like hot sauce. Also have some insulation outside to insulate these external pipes, water pipes. And he would always chew them because dogs chew everything. Anything soft, the dogs chew it. My couches are a mess. I just have them covered so you can't see. But half of my couch barely exists because when Koopa was a baby, he would just chew the fuck out of the couch. Anyways, I put hot sauce onto this insulation. And then, you know what? The insulation never got chewed again. That motherfucker knows he doesn't like spicy shit. So the hypothesis that maybe he ate a habanero that fell off of the little bush, I don't think so. I think that's probably not the situation. Speaking of habaneros, man, yesterday, maybe you guys were lucky enough to tune into my cooking stream. Everybody always wants to see new cooking with Ninja. We did one live. It was very budget. Okay, my little camera tripod scenario was not ideal at all. And my connection's really bad. For some reason, my streaming from my phone just never works very well. It's an old phone. Maybe it's bad service. Maybe it's bad router. I don't know what it is, but whatever. We made pasta with a chicken, creamy garlic sauce, Parmesan on it, Parmesan sauce, spinach, tomatoes was in there. Man, we flipped it up around. I threw some serranos in there. I wanted to throw some habaneros in there, but when I went to the store and I looked at the habaneros, they were not looking very good. But it was actually really relaxing to cook on Twitch. Whenever I'm filming Cooking with Ninja for YouTube, you know, obviously the quality has to be a little bit higher because, you know, I can't just be like, oh, I'm just fucking around or whatever. I got to get everything in a good angle, get a nice thumbnail, you know, be prepared what I'm going to say. Also, if I'm rushing to do one thing and another thing, like let's say I got to chop some tomatoes really quickly and chop some onions really quickly, but also, all right, let's say I have to sear some steak also, but I have to be like vigilant of how long the steak is there to flip it at the right time and shit like that. When I have too many things going on, it makes it really hard to go, oh fuck, I gotta move the camera here and refocus the shot and make sure the lighting's good. Oh fuck, the steak's done. I ruined the steak because I was too busy fucking with the camera. So doing it live, where like, you know, just one camera, one shot the whole time, was a little more relaxing. And, you know, there was not that many viewers because it's not that entertaining. So it was nice, you know, people just sitting back, like shooting the shit. Good time, man. If you're not following me on Twitch already, definitely something you should look into doing because now we have relaxing cooking streams. And I made something super delicious. I wish, you know what, I'll probably get a new phone this year. I wish my phone could do justice how that food was. And sometimes I say that for YouTube too. The DSLR cameras that I use, this is a SL2. it never, I mean, if you're good with the camera and you're good with the settings and you're good with editing, super good, I could probably save it somehow. But I don't know how to do all that stuff. And I'm just pumping out videos, man. I'm doing 3 a week, sometimes 4 or 5. So, I just make it. I try to do the colors correctly and whatever. Also, my house is kind of dim. I have some studio lights that I put on the food, but, maybe a shadow's in the wrong place. Nothing on my camera ever looks truly as good as it is. It never does, man. I never have a food that's just like super good, because also when I boost the gamma, when I make footage brighter, it washes out the colors. So I might have a nice, well-lit pasta, but it's going to look gray. Whatever, I ruined it. But the food stream was fun. You guys definitely should check that out if you want to, or maybe give me some suggestions as to what you guys would like to see here on Twitch. If you're on YouTube, everyone always says, go make more Cooking with Ninja. Here's my thing, dude. Go watch all the other ones. There's like 15 episodes. I think I've made 3 types of wings already. Hot wings. I made hot wings in every possible way. Also, half the shit I cooked back then sucked balls. And that's kind of why it makes it funny. Definitely go check that out. Let's jump into the news right now really quickly. Quick news article. Nothing that interesting is going on, but I saw this on Twitter this morning. Man, I'm saying Twitter a lot today. I'm actually not on Twitter that much, but for some reason, it's just all on my brain today. The article says Las Vegas police see increase in carjackings and auto burglaries, with more kids spending time at home. So kids are at home more often, so cars are getting stolen more often. I picked this article because it seems to me like they're trying to make it like it's not the kids' fault. Let's go ahead and read. The police department said they're seeing a 30% increase in carjackings and car burglaries in the valley since last year. 50% of the offenders have been juveniles. Captain Fred Haas said the offenders are as young as 14 and 15 years old, and they have more time on their hands while not attending in-person classes. He quotes, "One thing we have to do as a community is get around these kids. They're not in school. They got a lot of free time." He said they're trying to intervene to reach at-risk youth. We need to make sure they're getting the services they need. Quote, "These kids that are doing crimes, there has to be a way that we can get them into a support networks that are positive role models, so they're not going down this road of violence and gangs." Okay, when I read this earlier, I must have skipped over this paragraph, because I think I agree with that. Positive role models, activities, stay away from gangs, but also let's not remove accountability from the equation. Let's continue. They offer after-school program. Cool. It's called All-Stars. After-school All-Stars. Kindergarten through 8th grade. The program's director said in a normal year, they help 6,000 at-risk students. But since the pandemic, they now work with only 1/3. They said the program works in partnership with the school district. When the schools shut down, their program went virtual. Quote, "When we don't have direct interaction with them in person, we have no control of them signing in. And in the afternoon, once their regular school day has ended. After School All-Stars is offered at the school so a student can walk from their classroom to another location on campus. The program provides a safe, engaged, and supervised environment." Okay, let's continue. "The hours between 3 and 6 p.m. we tag as, quote, danger hours. It's after they've gotten out of their normal school day, but before their parent or guardian has returned from work, I guess. So they need to have constant supervision." See, that's what annoys me. They have to have constant supervision to keep them out of unsavory activities out there. Oh, that's enticing for the youth. Here's my thing, guys. I don't like the idea of constant supervision, because that sort of makes it seem like it's not these kids' fault. It's the parents' fault that they're not being supervised. How about we give kids morals? I think when I was a kid, I was more influenced by not getting my ass beat. I never stole any cars, and all the things that I did as I said earlier in the pre-show, it was like running a shopping cart into a curb and jumping off. Like, oh, we're rebellious. We're doing shit we're not really supposed to be doing. But there's also like no one gets hurt and no one's car gets stolen. And also, even if I got caught doing this, no one would beat the shit out of me. But if I ever got caught breaking into a car or stealing anything from anywhere, from anyone in any way, I wouldn't have a body. My soul would just leave my body, and I would just have my physical body would just be left in ruins. I would get the shit kicked out of me. And I think that was that was a big deterrent from what this article calls unsavory activities. I'm not going to turn this carjacking article into the topic, hey, we should beat our kids more often. But hey, maybe we should beat our kids more often. Because right now, you do this whole thing, hey, you shouldn't do that again. You shouldn't do that again. And you say things like, oh, well, constant supervision might be the answer. Rather than negative reinforcement or positive reinforcement or either one of those. They need constant supervision. I feel like that's just a big cop-out. And like I said earlier, all they have to do is steal 2 or 3 more cars, and they will get constant supervision in prison. And their unsavory asshole will get fucked by another prisoner. And then they're going to say, well, I'd much rather have my ass beat as a teen than my butt fucked as a 24-year-old. Unless you're into that. Then maybe prison's the right choice. Maybe you're doing the right thing. But it just seems, I just got the feeling from this article that they're trying to like take accountability away from the kids and turn it into like, I get it. It is parents' responsibility to raise our kids right and help them to make the right decisions. Right? Yes, I think we agree. Positive role models, sure. Activities, yes. But you got kids who all day, like their favorite person, you know, their big role models are these TikTok guys who are doing pranks and rapping and going into 7-Eleven and just breaking shit. Remember that guy who went into 7-Eleven and just stole the iced tea machine and ran away? And all they do is they go into like stores and wreck everything and then go squad and shit like that. Then again, I did fall for the put him in the coffin thing. I was running and jumping on cars, and I think I was in my mid-20s. So, you know what? Maybe that's not the answer either. I don't know. Just take care of your kids, people. Another thing, bad kids turn into bad adults. Tell you what, every time I go to the bar, every single time I go to the bar, and I'm only there for a couple hours. I don't go there every day, but every day that I am there, I see somebody try to walk in the bar with no ID or an expired ID. And the bartender goes, hey, ID, please. And they go, okay. And they hand it, and he goes, this is not an ID. This is a bus ticket. This is not an ID. Or they'll go, this ID's been expired for 8 years, and this is not you. And I'll go, yeah, but you can tell I'm 21. And they go, yeah, but also you can tell this is a bar, right? This is not your first bar you've ever been to since you're clearly in your 40s. You must have known that a valid ID is required. I think it's extreme optimism. It must be that. I remember once I tried to do that at a liquor store. I went in, I must have looked like I was 8 years old. I went in, I brought some beer up. I was 18. I remember. I was 18 years old. And the guy said, you're not 21. And I was like, oh, shit. I thought it was 18. I just walked away. Embarrassed as fuck. Super embarrassed. But I think now, like, why did I do that? I did that because I was optimistic that maybe either the guy would be cool or he would not notice at all. A lot of people, they just look and then hand it back to you. It didn't help that here in Nevada, I don't know if it's like this everywhere else, but your ID is like vertical if you're under 18, or maybe it's 21, and at some point it turns to like horizontal. So it changes. Like the pictures and the letters on it, they go from like this way to this way. It changes. So I wonder if that was part of it. And I've heard of it working for a lot of people. Now, one thing I've never ever heard of working is that happening in a bar. because I know that these liquor stores and shit, they can get popped and they can get in a lot of trouble. But the bars have a lot to lose. They'll lose their gaming license, their liquor license. It'll basically, if you get caught too many times, the bar goes out of business, which is what happened to my favorite bar a couple years ago, Pandora's. Really poppin' place, especially on the weekends. They got hit for underage drinking, I think 3 times in 12 months. Lost their liquor license. Gaming didn't want nothing to do with them, even though they owned their own gaming machines. Shut down immediately. Boom, gone. Never came back. Never rebuilt. Now it's like a chain casino called Jackpot. I don't know, some jackpot shit, or 777 Jackpot Gaming, whatever the fuck it is. Anyways, my point was, I'm fucking rambling now. My point was that in my situation, it was worth a shot. Anyone else going into a bar with no ID or a super expired ID, it's never, ever, ever going to work. And I still see it every single day. And the bartenders now at this point, like, if they're having a bad day, they'll lose it. They'll be like, did you really fucking think that you'd be able to come in here? Did you really fucking think this would work? And it's like, you don't need to be mean about it, but also this is the 9,000th time you've had to deal with this. Sometimes the same people will do it multiple times. Like, I don't even need to see your ID. I know you don't have one. You can't be in here. Get out. I don't even need to see your shit. I know who you are. Get the fuck out. And then they'll do this. I just got to use the bathroom, man. Nope. Get out. Get out. Calling the police. Calling the police. All right, final topic of the day. I mean, I had a lot of topics here, but we really rambled our lives away. We'll quickly go through these. Maybe we'll talk about them next week. I wanted to talk about canceling people. Cancel culture. I wanted to talk about that in the Super Mario World community. We can talk about that another time. I'm trying to talk fast right now, and I can't fucking say anything. Jesus, falling apart. Dr. Drew said that flu hospitalizations went from 400,000 to 165 people. 165, that's it? Not 1,000. The flu hospitalizations went from 400,000 to less than 200. So a 99.999% decrease. And I'm sure everyone's going to say, well, it's because more people are distancing and more masks and less school. There's nothing in the entire fucking world that we can completely eliminate. Like, it's just fishy. I don't want to talk about that today, though. We'll talk about that another day when I'm a little more educated. It's insane to me. 400,000 hospitalizations. Now, 165. Because of a couple masks. We had a whole vaccine for this shit. And it was still 500,000 people every fucking year. After a vaccine. Yet this magical piece of fabric saved America from the flu. Okay. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. Who knows? We'll talk more about that. Okay, Smash Burger versus In-N-Out. Smash Burger, I had it the other day. I don't know if you guys have that in all major cities, but I know it's a chain. They make fresh, good food. It's popular. It's hot. It's new. They have all kind of cool shit. They have like a brisket burger. They have avocados. They have onion strings. And I had that the other day, and I was thinking about, man, if I would have had In-N-Out, I would be just as content at the end of my meal. I would eat the smash burger and go, that was delicious. I would eat the In-N-Out. I'd go, that was delicious. The difference is, for 2 people at In-N-Out, it's about $19. For 2 people at Smash Burger, it's $35. So I've paid close to double. Now, you get double the amount of ingredients, right? You can get fucking jalapenos, you can get avocados, you can grilled onions, you can get a lot of other cool shit, right? You can do all this extra stuff. You can get onion rings, you can get fried, what are those green balls? Those green vegetable Brussels sprouts. You can get fried Brussels sprouts. A bunch of salt on them. Brussels sprouts taste like shit, but if you fry them and sprinkle, if you spry them and sprinkle salt on them, they're pretty good. Just a lot of different options right there. And I like it. But sometimes I think that simple is better, and all the time I think that value is what matters. Value of your experience. Do you value your food? My smash burger was great. My meal was outstanding. I got like a double bacon burger with avocado. Delicious. Lily got some truffle burger or something. Truffle burger. It was great. But I thought to myself, you know what? I would be just as satisfied with my In-N-Out, which proves to me that In-N-Out has a better value because I'm still going to be happy. I had great fresh food, great customer service. I was served quickly, but it only cost me $18 instead of $35. Not bad. Not bad at all. A lot of people like to hate on In-N-Out, saying it's overhyped. I've always been the one to say it's not overhyped. It's hyped just right. It's the perfect amount of hype because it's fresh, it's nice, it's made by people that are smiling. They got like the Bible thing going on, so, you know, I don't know if that means anything, but keep the restaurant clean. It's a good place. It's a good place. 400,000 people don't have the flu today, so that's because of In-N-Out. That's good. Anyways, guys, that's all I got for the podcast. Vulgar Tech does have a good point. It can be tough because the lines can be crazy. The In-N-Out by my house, though, if you wait in line in the car, if you do the drive-thru, you're going to be there for a half a fucking hour. If you walk in there like a normal human being, you're going to be in and out. Get it? You're going to be in and out in 10 minutes. So I know they're not all like that. And if you go at like 6 p.m., you're dead. You're going to want to kill yourself. That's the podcast, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, man. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on terrible video games. What's the worst video game you've ever played? Tell me your opinion on these kids, man. Should they be accountable for what they do? Or is it our job to, quote, keep them busy? I don't know. Also, do you have a hypothesis? Who is giving dogs to tweakers? And why? I don't understand the situation. Also, I appreciate you guys all for being here. Go ahead and give me a hell yeah in the chat so I can shout out everybody. Also, one final big giant shout out to Geiges for a huge donation today. Also, Sunbro for also a $15 donation and a resub. Guy just donated $90. That's his second big donation in 2 weeks. And it makes me feel valuable. Speaking of In-N-Out, speaking of value, makes me feel valuable. It makes me feel happy that I'm at least entertaining you guys to the point where you feel like I deserve to have money thrown at me. And I dig it. I like it. I really do. It makes me happy. Shout out to Chris Loves 40s, iBook Boy, Geiges, Ron, stop it, Vulgar Tech, OG Mickey, iBook Boy, Jody. I can't never say the word Jody or Jody without saying it in that weird baby boy voice. That is the most annoying voice too, by the way. Anyways, I appreciate you guys for being here. We did it, man. Podcast is over. Best part of the day is when this shit is fucking over. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you tuned in late, don't worry. You can watch the repeat on iTunes, Podbean, and YouTube. Those all come out on Sunday. But watching live is the better way to do this. So, every single Friday, twitch.tv/Ninja Lifestyle, 3:30 p.m. Pacific time. Tune in, hang out, join the chat room. Also, we do some streaming before the podcast and after the podcast to talk about other topics. And those are a little more interactive. The podcast is like me talking to a camera, but the Twitch in general, outside of the podcast, is me talking to you, the people. And if the people want to support and you don't have money, tell a friend about the podcast, tell a friend about the Twitch, maybe tell a friend about my YouTube, which, by the way, today I came out with a very secretive Illuminati fucking video. I told the secret of the no comply penis, and it's definitely cock worth watching. I'm even falling for it right now just thinking about it. You guys got to watch the video. It will make you laugh. That's all I got for today. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Don't drink too much, but don't drink too little. Have a good night. Don't give dogs to tweakers. And don't play Sim Ant.